I've been looking for you. You have, huh? Gareth, remember, on your midterm exam, answer the second question, not the third. The third may look easy, but I guarantee you'll screw it up. So remember, answer the second question. I will. Now, can I see what's in your hands, please, miss? It's a part of my costume. Oh, I see. Wait. Is that a fish in your hair? Might have been. I've been, in the ocean. Hey! Looks like you've been swimming with the fishies. Who's he? Fan fiction at its funniest. Right. Come on, fishy. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of Aquaman, or Aquaman, as they say in the story. So the plot of Aquaman is, has been convinced by his friend Mera to go on a quest to find the trident of the first king so he can reclaim the throne from his brother, who wants to start a war against humans, and he's using a human to help try and track down Aquaman and get rid of him, as this other villain wants revenge on him for killing his father, letting his father die. So, yeah, that's basically the plot. I have to say it's a very good film. It's really enjoyable. It's got some great moments. It looks stunning, and yeah, proves underwater film. Setting film looks really great, and we already saw this with Justice League, but expanded even better here. James Wan is great at directing underwater action, and it looks really cool. It's basically an underwater Wakanda, and to be honest, when I first heard about the plot of the film and with the trailers, I thought it's going to sound like it sounds very much like Black Panther. But watching it is a bit different to Black Panther. There are similarities. I think that was unintentional, but maybe it's because Black Panther came out first, that's why we're thinking it. But it does have quite a few differences. I will say this though, there is a bit in the first act that could have been completely removed, and that's where Aquaman gets caught in Atlantis and forced to fight his brother before Mera rescues him. I think that 20 to 25 minutes could have been rewritten, and they could have just gone on their mission straight away, but his brother finds out that this is happening, and his gift to Mera before Mera could have they could have stayed the night before going off, and he could have given Mera the present. And so when they're off, he then uses that to track her down. Yeah, I would have preferred that. Also, it's pretty obvious that their mother did survive. Supposedly they're still alive out there, so yeah, don't try to trick us. We know she's still alive. I mean, there was a point where I'm thinking, okay, maybe she isn't, but definitely by the time I was half expecting her to be alive. You can see when you get to see some of these movies quite a lot, you can start to predict the twists or a very easily guessed plot point. So, I mean, emotionally it sounds good, but yeah, I suppose this time round the excuse does make a lot of sense, as those creatures that were being thought to have eaten her in the middle of the story, it does take the film does have to pause for the story to have the action sequences, and the Black Manta villain doesn't really add that much for this film. I mean, it gives Aquaman something to think about later on, which is predictable, again. But in terms of the overall plot, it's just this guy wanted to have a comeback and fight him at some point, and also setting up for the sequel if he has it, as we see in the mid-credit scene. So, yeah. But other than that, it's still pretty good. It's really good. Willem Dafoe is great as the mentor, and the guy who plays Orm is pretty good. Mira's great. I really like Aquaman, and Nicole Kidman is great as the mother, and the other guy, the father, is great as well. There's not many other characters I can really talk about. The guy who wants revenge, the guy who plays him does a good job. I just don't think the character was that necessary for this plot. Maybe for the next film, but not for this one. And yeah, I think it's a good plot. It's got some really good ideas, but I can't say it's completely perfect. It's really great. Yeah, it looks great. It's brilliantly executed. It's just, I think, story-wise, well, I could have just taken out that 20-25 minutes I mentioned. The rest of it seems pretty good, and yeah, it's really enjoyable and very fun. Yeah, I think Aquaman's a good film, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's still really good, and I think it's a great, enjoyable film. It is my second favourite of the DCs, after Wonder Woman and just above Justice League, but considering the three below it, so it's not that much of a guess. To be honest, since Wonder Woman, the DC films have been getting better, but next is Shazam, so that trend may not continue. We'll have to see. That one's going to be a bit more of a comedy, as opposed to the more serious ones from pre-Wonder Woman, or kind of a mixed middle ground of the other three. So we'll see. This one certainly had quite a lot of humour, but it also felt pretty serious in some places. So that's a good mix. So yeah, that's Aquaman. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. Also, the film does but I can't say it's a brilliant film. It's not perfect. It's not brilliant. Ah, fuck off. Okay. I will. Now, can I see what's in your hand, please? I will. Now, can I see what's in your hand? There! I will. Now, miss, can I please see what's in your hand? Okay, now we're done.